want to manifest something. Manifestation is good. It is desire. And I want you to have that. So these keys I'm going to teach you are essential things that I've learned from my own personal practice. I had a huge transformation about 8 to 9 years ago, for some of you who know me. And in that transformation, I started to develop my psychic, intuitive abilities and connect with source. But anyways, I learned the essential ingredients and keys to living the life I wanted and break through the blocks and barriers that were preventing me from finding love, abundance in every way. I bore a child at the age of 1 month before my 47th birthday. I bore a beautiful little girl. And look, here I am right now, living in happiness and abundance. So, are you ready? We're gonna just dive right into it. Okay, so first I want everybody here to get very clear about one specific thing that they want. Okay? The more specific, the better for this class. And it could be a new red Mercedes, totally good. It could be a dollar amount you want to make. It could be just getting out of debt. It could be bearing a child. Just take a few moments to breathe in and really envision and see it. And I invite everybody to use the interactive chat because, as I have promised, I'm going to give an actual reading in about the middle of this class to everybody who is live on this call, everybody who writes their name in the interactive chat. I ask where you're calling in from just because I'm curious, but I also ask what it is specifically that you want to manifest because I want to create a vision with you. And I have a manifestation group which I'm actually going to speak to at the very end of this. But the great thing about having a group is that you have lots of people putting the same vision on that as your vision. There is the power of numbers, and that's why I like doing group healings as well. Because when we all come together and hold a similar thought form, it strengthens that frequency out into the world. So if we're all seeing you having that abundant life that you want, then it's more likely to happen. I am passionate about holding this for you so that you could live the life that you want. Okay, so just take a few more breaths. I want you to see it, taste it, feel it. What is it that you want? Some people are writing some funny things in the chat. Okay, silly ones. All right. So, okay, step number 1 is believability factor. Is you must 100% believe that you could have it. So what that means is, I guarantee that anything you want that you don't have, there's a limiting belief somewhere in the way. I'm going to leave a link here to a limiting belief exercise that I created. It's just one of many ways to break through limiting beliefs because I always encourage people to do their own personal work to break through whatever their stuck points are. In my group, my manifestation group, I actually give specific insight about what that or several limiting beliefs are that are standing in the way. But it's important to actually know that. So ask yourself, now that you have the vision of what you want, let's just place that to the right upper sphere. Just place it over here for a second. And ask yourself, do I have any beliefs that are anti that? When I was preparing for this talk, I was thinking, back about 8 years ago, when I was trying to manifest a life partner, I had all these beliefs such as I'm unlovable, I'm unworthy of a man's time and attention, like everything that's a total stopper or deal breaker for a man wanting me. So I worked through those beliefs and then, ta-da, perfect, ideal soulmate. A second part of the believability issue is that if there is a belief that you have that having that is bad. So the belief step, this is step number 1, has 2 aspects. One is there's a limiting belief in the way, and the second is there's something in your belief system that having that is bad. So when I was looking at myself about why I struggled for so many years with finding a partner, I realized that I had to really dig deep into my subconscious. And I realized that what it was I envisioned people who had, like women who had relationships, as I was jealous and I was envious of them, but I had really a lot of negative thoughts about that. And because I was unable to support the woman who had the perfect man, that was another huge blocker for me manifesting a partner. So just ask yourself, is there something within inside of myself, deep within the subconscious, that believes that having that is bad? And I'll give you just a moment to ponder that question. And we're not going to dive too deep into this question in this call, but you're welcome to write any of your insights about that in the chat. And then we're going to move on to key number 2. And this is groundedness. In other words, you must be grounded. I'm going to explain a little bit about what this means. So when we want something, when we have desire, the energy moves up and out. Sometimes it's like an eagerness, or sometimes it's like there's a lot of creatives and empaths that are attracted to my work. And so that's a lot of 7th chakra, crown chakra, up here, and the ethereal. And, just think about last time you had an idea that you wanted to manifest. And you can even shut your eyes and reflect for a second. Where did that energy go? It maybe goes into your heart, which is good. And for a lot of us, it goes up and out. So in order to manifest, and this is an essential key, you have to be balanced by the lower and the upper. Your energy must be balanced between upper and lower energy. So when I see people who have like this amazing idea, and there's a lot of just people who are the generators of the ideas, see how they're running their energy down below. Do they have energy of their feet connected into the earth? I'll give you a few tips for how to do this, connect more deeply into the earth energy. Is first of all, take off your shoes and walk on the earth. Gardening, getting your hands in the soil, playing with pottery, anything like that, being around greenery, anything like that really connects you more down and into the earth. Also, envision a grounding cord, which is a cord that connects from the base of your spine all the way down into the earth. Go ahead, everybody, create a grounding cord for yourself. And widen the grounding cord just a little bit more. And feel your energy from up here travel slowly down, slowly like molasses. Let it travel down both of your legs, down your knees, down your lower legs, down your feet, and into the earth. At the same time, let it travel through the grounding cord into the earth. And go ahead and feel your desire coming down into your pelvis, down into your lower body. I know that's a weird thought to even think about that. Wiggle all 10 toes, connect your 10 toes into the earth. And I also work as a clairvoyant and energy healer. So I'm encouraging this energy. I see it really beautifully for all of you on this call, down in your legs, down in the lower body. So congratulations for that. And you could keep envisioning this a few more times. The other amazing thing about grounding cords or being connected to the earth energy is that it is an insurance policy. It prevents you from having accidents and injuries, like literally like car accidents. And I do it all the time. I create a grounding cord for my baby when she's sleeping. Last night, she actually walked outside by herself. And we didn't even know that. But anyways, after she got into bed, I was like, okay, I need to put a grounding cord under her bed. I actually put a energetic bubble around her bed and grounding cord. You need to stay here, little one. So you could just create a grounding cord under your chair, or if you're laying down in bed, create a grounding cord under your bed. I also sometimes create a white light, but that's a different topic. That's additional psychic tools. We'll get to it another time. And then the last part of the grounding is set yourself into the current vibration of the planet. Now, there's a lot of room on how you want to interpret that. So go ahead and take your interpretation for whatever that means for you. Set your energy up for the current vibration of the planet. By the way, this is live. I am in and this is not a green screen. I'm in somewhere beautiful. I am in an island similar to Burning Man, where you could just eject yourself and transform yourself to anywhere in the world here in this magical landscape. Whether it's the virtual burn you're in or an island off of Greece. You could transform yourself here with me. So yes, a couple people in chat asked if this is live. This is live. I'm just at an opposite time zone as you. Okay, so now this is the fun part. We're going to move into step number 3. And this is where I'm going to talk about the third step, about manifestation clocks. And so manifestation clocks are about timing of our manifestation. So this is a dichotomy statement I'm going to make, that you can't speed time, but at the same time, there's plenty you could do to manifest what you want. So I'm going to show you what I mean by manifestation clocks. Okay, so this is the manifestation clock. So the first quadrant from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock is survival. The next quadrant from 3 to 6 is gathering. This is where we gather information. A lot of people who find me are most often between the 5 and 6 o'clock, to be honest, because they're about to get ready to be the teachers and doing something out in the world. 6 to 9 is sorting, like we have all this information and wisdom, and now what are we going to do with it? And then 9 to 12 o'clock is manifestation. Now, in order to manifest, you have to be in the manifestation quadrant. Now, no one is in the manifestation quadrant all the time. You're not supposed to be. And the important thing to remember is that you want to be okay with where it is, with where you are at the present time. So, sorry. Technical glitches here. Okay, so even though I spent a lot of time between the 9 and 12 for a period of my life, it's not all the time, and we will always kind of come back to other quadrants. And the important thing is to be okay with where you're at, because I did about 20 years of transformational work, and while I was doing that, I was in the 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. You know, I was studying under many, many different teachers, and I wanted to be at manifestation. And so that took me out of the present moment. That took me into future time. So in order to move the clock, one of the keys is to be okay and in acceptance with where you are in this current time reality. Okay? So just take a breath on that and see if wherever you are, struggling to survive, struggling to pay your bills, feeling lonely, whatever is true for you, just take a breath and see if you could do anything to bring yourself into the current vibration with where you currently are. Whatever the situation, this is your reality and your truth for right now. So rather than resist it and fight it, literally just say amen. Here we are, life. And now here's the fun part. I'm going to read where each of you are on the manifestation clock. So if you haven't already, go ahead and make sure you wrote your full name into the chat, as well as what you want to manifest, okay? And hopefully I have your full permission to, also with you writing the name, that is actually giving me permission to say your name out loud. So here we go. I'm going to take a sip of water. Okay, so we'll start with Imelda Sales. Okay, so let me just get in my psychic space, call in the energies, connect myself to the ground, the earth. Okay, so in Imelda, I don't know if you wrote somewhere about what it is that you wanted, and I see you're in California. Oh, find your soulmate. Okay, so let's look at where you are on finding your soulmate. Oh, by the way, let me just say, hopefully nobody will be offended if I kind of give you a number that's like closer to the beginning quadrant. Just please don't take it personally, because the other really good thing is you could move in one day to like the next quadrant. That's how timing works. So I'm going to just use my magic powers and do whatever I can for the next 2 steps to really, and also as I'm saying this, I'm going to see if I could do anything to help move it forward if it feels appropriate. And so just kind of say amen and try your best not to get triggered, because oftentimes the numbers I say are lower than people are hoping for. So just kind of ask your heart if you could be in acceptance with whatever number I say. Okay. So Amilda Sales soulmate, I see you are at just past the 4 o'clock. And there's two numbers, one's the body and one's the being. So body being your physical body, skin, bones, nails. And your being is your spirit, your personality, your soul, your ambition, your drive. That's your spirit. Okay. So your body is at 5:15 and your being is actually just below the 4. So I guess the number I gave initially was kind of the where they meet up is just after the 4. Let me see if I have any insight for you. Your body really wants it. So it looks like you're maybe putting a little bit too much energy on the, kind of reaching out and grabbing it so that your energy is just a little bit forward. And by the way, I don't personally know anybody on this chat. So if you're thinking I know these people, I actually really don't. Okay, so the next one is I'm going to look at Katerina Degas. I hope Dugas. And let me see if you wrote what you wanted. I don't see that, but I'm just going to, a beautiful home. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So you're between the 4 and the 5 body. Your body is closer to the 5 and your being is closer to the 4, just before the 4. And let me see what's getting in the way. I actually see smoke is getting in the way. And that's tell me like the environmental timing, but still whatever's going on in the world around you, that's still not a matter for you not to manifest. Just FYI, I used to believe, because I live in San Francisco Bay Area, I used to believe, there's so many men out there. It doesn't matter if there's like 10-to-1 ratio of women to men. If you're in the manifestation quadrant and ready, you could still manifest it. So what does that personally mean for you? It means that there's just a lot stirring. I literally see your heart kind of going like that and kind of like this settled, and you're doing your best to remain consistent with the current vibration of the planet and just kind of roll with the waves. At the same time, there's this discomfort and angst with where you are at and this eagerness to kind of like get out. So I get it, because actually that's going on in the field right now. So I'm just actually going to give you a moment of healing, my dear. This is the back of your chest and this is your heart, and just kind of give you a little Reiki to calm that energy. And let's just put in there, it's going to be okay. And bring this energy down your grounding cord. Because you have a lot of kind of worry energy. Deep breath to allow that oxygen to fill your chest cavity. Okay. Next person is Fat Nose, and you want magic powers. Okay, you are at the 4 o'clock for your magic powers. And let's see, I'm looking at Tai Jr. I'm seeing if you wrote anything more. I am not seeing anything more, so I'll just look in general around where you are on the manifestation clocks. You're at the 5, and between the 5 and the 6. Body is closer to the 5, being is closer to the 6. And just going to leave it at that one. And Lucia Santos in London. Yay, Love International. Let's see if you wrote active self-love and find that love in the outer world in a soulmate. So let's see for you. Let's just move this a little bit. So, okay. Okay. So right away I saw just before the 5, and body is a little bit before the 5, and being is a little bit more forward. And let's see, any insights for Lucia Santos? Well, you're a serious empath, and you're really feeling the energy of like nervous for what's happening in the world. And so you are somebody who really, more than anybody, needs to find your grounding and like stabilize it, because people really feel your energy as much as you taking energy. People also really feel your energy, because your energy is really up. So like I said, bring your energy down really, and you're good at that. So this isn't like anything that's new for you. I see that, but you have to just keep that practice going. And I actually saw this vision of you giving a rose to somebody else, but this is a metaphor. So think about how that metaphor applies to your life, because that's when you're doing your thing and you're like the highest and best self is when you're literally giving that rose out. This is like from your heart, self-love kind of thing. Okay, so William Wells, let's see. I would like a healthy relationship with my family, whom I have a poor relationship with. I would like to heal my PTSD, and I would like a wife, kids, and the perfect job. Wow, you don't ask for much, do you? All right, well, I'll just put that all into the bubble and see. Okay, William Wells. Okay, just below the, it's between the 5 and the 4, but closer to the 4. Body is a little bit closer to the 5. Being is just before the 4. So any insights around that? You have a lot of energy. And you're also a fun person. You like to laugh, and that's good. Let's see. So, let's see if I could get any more specific. Okay, let's just talk about the family. Okay, family went back a little bit on the number. And also, when I look at the family energy, again, your energy just really goes up. So let's just try to bring that energy down. And I have this vision of you like pinning a rose like down on the outside of your aura, like between you and them, and just being like, this is here for you. I'm now at a place of like open heart surrender, and like you need them to kind of meet you both ways. But at least there is that there, the will and the desire to take the next step with your family. Okay. Yes, Tristan is gorgeous. Let's see. I'm just looking at William. Since we're still on you, I have a subconscious belief that I'm not responsible enough for work. I have fears around my ability to be a good partner and parent due to my unhealed family relationships. I could speak about this for so long because I do believe that children do take on their parents' stuff, which is why my baby waited so long to come into this environment. Let's talk offline. I don't want to get too off topic here. And, but there's a lot you could do. I'm going to send you, yeah, actually, I don't even have your direct, yeah, I think I maybe have your email, but anyways, if you want, just DM me and I'll send you a belief change meditation. Okay, let's see. Funny. Okay, Patrick, if you want me to do a reading, if you could put your last name, and same with Azuri, and Tristan Pelosi, I'll just go ahead and give you a reading because I see you didn't write what you wanted. And here, this is Tristan. Okay. All right, so Tristan Pelosi, let's see. Body, ooh, you're doing good. Body is past the 7, and being is really close to the 8. So you have, first of all, you've conquered the earth energy. You're a grounded person. And I see you like working with your hands and something. Like I see you kind of like like working on a model or a tractor set, but that's a metaphor for something out into the world. And so you're doing a great job with that. All right, I'll just take one quick look and see if I forgot anybody. And okay, there we are in that section. Okay, so next we're going to go to, let's see, make sure I got everything. So once again, with wherever you are right now, there's specific things you could do to move your manifestation clock, but the first step is to get into alignment and acceptance with where you are, and also not only yourself, but where the planet is, you know, like certain things right now are stopped, like getting a new job, you know, so then we have to think outside of the box. Another important thing right here is to open your peripheral vision up. We're so narrow vision in what we're good at and going in that field. That's not necessarily bad, but it is bad when we shut off our blinders towards the world out here. And maybe the world is calling something a little bit different for you. Okay, key number 4 is your havingness level. And this is your permission on a being level to have that which you want. So most women are limited in their havingness level, meaning that they maybe want something and they have a clear desire of it, like a boyfriend, for instance, but they don't actually allow themselves to have it. I'll explain a little bit more what I mean. For a lot of women, and this is I'm getting from the readings I'm doing with people, is they feel like they are themselves are not worthy enough, so they have to do something to be worthy of love, like clean the house, what do you want for dinner, what can I do for you, you know, a lot of that, rather just surrendering into the truth of who you are. This is how I was before I met my current time partner, my husband, I was literally like, how should I dress for this person? How should I be? You know, like all these things I was trying to like do in order to be the person they wanted to be me to be, other than just allowing myself to feel like me, myself is enough. And I allow myself to have it all, to have the abundance I want. For instance, sometimes a man could take a woman out to dinner, and maybe it's an expensive dinner. And in the past, before my transformation about 8 years ago, I felt very uncomfortable with a man spending money on me. And it was like something inside me clenched, or a man opening the door for me. It was really uncomfortable for me. And I worked on this. And I said, no, I want to be in a space where a man could throw as much money at me, buy me gifts, treat me like a woman, chivalry, all of that. And I want to settle in and feel like I'm worthy. I don't have to do anything to pay back. There's no tit for tat. We're not going to get to on the relationship topic, but there's no tit for tat in relationship. So maybe it's just you being present and smiling. You know, you could give lots of gifts from your heart just through the presence of mind. And for a lot of women on this call, actually, your insight and your wisdom, men are hungry for that. And so just that is enough. Just you, and I'm actually going to speak to William here now and other people, but just you being you is enough. Because I see, William, you're really trying to be something for your potential mate or for your career, and it's because you feel defeated in who you are as a man, quote unquote, because of how your family dynamic is. You need to heal this, okay? You heal this on the inside, the whole circumstances will change. So shut your eyes. Think about what it is you want. And ask yourself, from 0 to 100%, where am I on the havingness scale of having that which I want? 0 to 100%. And just let the first number rise up to meet you. Don't fight it, or just, this is where we're going to access our higher self. Put your left hand on your heart. Let's all just connect into our heart. Feel your heart beat into your hand. Just take a moment, feel your heartbeat. And ask yourself, to your heart, what is it that I need to do or be in order to raise my havingness level for this just a little bit more? Let the first answer be the right answer. And you could ask yourself that same question 2 or 3 more times. Who is it I need to be? Is there anything, insight, wisdom I need to know in order to expand, increase my happiness level? And then I want you to go ahead and move the gauge a little bit higher. And maybe it's only 1 degree higher, and that's perfectly fine. And now check in with yourself, your physiology. How does it feel to have that even more? How is your permission level now? And recheck in with the gauge. Okay, you could release your hand, and I'm happy to hear any shares with how that one went. And now we're going to move on to the last key. Drum roll, please. All right. So follow me. I'm going to take you through a visualization after I speak to the key. So the last key is literally to let it go. So now the universe has heard the call. We put this together. You put this out there through words. You put it out here through thought and intention. And I basically saw that with you. So this is the message for the universe. So I'm just reading what Williams wrote. Yes, self-care. It's crucial. Okay, so we're basically about to release the cords. Now the cords are connected into our fourth chakra because that's our heart, our desire. So in order to really want something and to manifest a desire, it must be connected into our heart. This is love, passion, desire, as well as our second chakra. Your second chakra is located just below your belly button, and this is the emotions that you have towards it. So your second and your fourth, I mean, maybe all of your chakras are connected to this, but these are the two main ones. And sometimes they're connected in a little bit too much. So I'm going to lead you through a guided visualization here in a moment. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to release these cords from our chakras, and we're going to release the desire out into the universe. And we're going to basically let go of this desire once and for all. Okay? Deep breath on that. And also, I want you to think about how tightly you're holding on to this, because, you know, you hear it all the time, like women in their 40s who want to have babies, and they're trying, and they're taking the IVF formula, and they're doing all of that, and, you know, trying for years to have a child. And then the moment they literally let go of any effort and desire to have a child, they get pregnant. You hear this all the time, like right after a woman went through several rounds of freezing her eggs. And then they decide to take a break from the pregnancy thing for a year, and then they get pregnant. Same thing with love, and this is how it worked for me. I was so on the hunt for a man, and then I literally let it go, and I just focused on my psychic studies, and then there he is. So it always happens that we have a deep desire manifestation. So I do want you to have clarity around that. But then the last ingredient is literally to release it. So I want you to all to make an agreement with yourself right now that when this class ends, you're going to release it out into the universe and let the universe take it from there. It could take it into your dreamscape tonight as you sleep. And then I'll be really curious to know what comes of it after. Okay, so go ahead and shut your eyes and join me. And also, we get so insular on the hunt for what we want. And so another little nugget is to be connected into the field with other people. So envision this desire completely. Breathe into it peacefully. Feel it in your heart. Taste it. Smell it. Feel it. See who's there. And I see a few people have some questions. I'll get to any questions at the very end. So just shut your eyes and join me for this meditation. For the meditation, it's also very good to get specific about one thing. You might have a whole bunch of things that you want, but I just want you to focus on one specific thing and really feel it in your heart. Create the picture of what it would be like to have it rather than what the picture is of not having it. That's essential. Well, how would your life be different if you did have this very thing? And also, sometimes we kind of pull it in too tightly to your core. But I want you to actually expand it out a little bit more and widen your auric field. And you may, without going into detail about what I mean, I'm actually just going to do this for you. I'm going to widen all of your auric fields. Don't get too heady about what I'm talking about. Just the important thing is that you're with me on this ride. Okay. And now what I want you to do is I want you to connect through your heartstrings to everybody else who's here on this call and everybody else who will be listening to this replay later. We're all in a field, also known as a morphogenic field, where my thought forms affect your thought forms, and your thought forms affect my thought forms. So interlink your heart as if you're in a virtual circle with all of us here. And I literally just saw it as a web. So you're not only connected into the people to your left and right, but across. So it's this huge web Expand your heart even more to connect into the people. And do it in a way as if you want them to have it. Like, just really through your heart, because this is what I'm doing right now for all of you. Through my heart, I want each of you to have this very thing. Because it suits me, because it raises the vibration of the planet, which of course is to my benefit. Okay. We're going to come back to that vision. So just push pause on that vision in the interconnected space. And now I want you to connect once again into your own personal desire. I want you to place that on the right of your body with your eyes shut. And I want you to see the cord, like a line between your heart and a line between your second chakra, just below your belly button, into this thing, into this manifestation. And I want you to very slowly pull the cords out of these areas and allow the vision of the manifestation along with the cords to rise up into the sky. So the cord is pulled out of your body and let it rise up to the ethers. And once it gets out of your auric field, out of your own personal space, explode it, explode the vision along with the cords into a million pieces. Release it completely from your space. And from this point forward, you no longer have to put energy and focus on that actual manifestation. Your job right now is to completely be free of it and surrender and have trust and faith that the universe will take it from here. And know that you right now are right where you need to be. Few deep breaths here. Accept your full greatness and your full contribution to humanity, existence, in this very moment. For being in the now with a positive vibration is what helps you to accept that you're already living in your desired manifestation. And when you feel it, you live it, regardless of what's happening in the space around you. In time, the universe will catch up with your energy and with your frequency inside your body. And this is where the desires then come out into form. This is the process of allowing the manifestation to follow your faith. And this is a true process of co-creation. And now that you've freed yourself from your utmost desire that we're working with today, I want you to take in a white healing light. It's a white, milky white color in through the crown of your head. This is the energy of the cosmos. This is the energy of Supreme Being. Let the white light split at your throat, go down your shoulders, arms, fingers, out through your fingers. And I'm going to do this one more time out through your arms, because this is where the creative energy travels through your arms, fingers, out into the world. Wow, it's really flowing for all of you. I have to say, good work. And then allow the energy to travel from your throat, chest, keep following me. Keep your eyes shut. Follow me through this meditation. Pelvis, legs. If there's any stuck energy, let it go down with the white light energy into the earth. Down your feet, down your grounding cord, into the earth. I now see all of you as a really clear white beam of light. Your energy has been cleared and soothed and cleansed for at least right now. Just feel this shifted vibration that you're all in right now. And we're going to end through our heart space, giving kind of like this little gift of your heart, just putting it out into the universe. Because even though I'm sensing some people are maybe in survival in a lot of ways, know that in order to be connected into the connected field around you, which is always available and present for you, we want some level of openness in our heart, whatever that means for you. And so however you want to interpret that, to put your heart out just a little bit more, and it's kind of like this energy of opening your hands. See yourself doing that for the people on this call and who will be listening to the replay later. And almost like you're saying a prayer, say it, I want this for you. Let's go through everybody on this call. I want this for you. I want this for you. Shall the universe provide? And we're going to end by taking 3 deep, rejuvenating breaths. Deep inhale, filling your lungs with this extra space that you now have inside of your body. And exhale, release your magic energy through your breath out into your widened and expanded aura around you. And do this 2 more times. Deep breath. Fill your lungs, fill your rib cage even more. Let it widen. Fresh air. No matter how toxic the air is around you, just breathe in only the fresh air. And exhale, release your fire out around you, around your back, above and below. And 1 more time, inhale and exhale, release completely. And just take a brief moment of stillness and silence. The magic is rolling right now. So avoid going into any negative thought forms, at least for the next 24 hours, so this healing could complete. You have free will to go with the rolling fire that has already occurred if you stayed with me this entire call, or you could listen to the replay as many times as you want. But you also have the ability to stop the rolling ball. So if there's any questions or comments that come up that are going backwards from the rolling ball, I'm going to try to avoid taking you into that field. And all you need to do is be in a place of peacefulness and release and freedom. So let's all have a brief bow and gasho to one another. And I thank you for the opportunity to share my gifts with you and the world around me the best I know how. And I thank you for doing this really deep, nourishing healing work, because by you healing yourself, it helps to raise the current vibration of the planet, which then in return helps me as well. And I will take just a few questions right now. And I also want you to know that I have a manifestation program starting the next month, or actually November, and that manifestation is going to take us to the full visual of what you want to call in for 2021. Also, once you're in my group, you have the field. We have a connected Facebook group, so we can stay together for as long as you want. And I love to hear how people keep sharing with their manifestations. So this is a 45-minute call, so this will be a 2-month program. So it goes really deep into all of the topics that I just discussed. And yes, so I see some things popping up. Here's the link for that. And I also have an intuition program starting in just a couple of weeks here. If you want more about that, just DM me about any of these things. Okay, so let's see. Thank you, William. And let's see, anything else? I'll take just a few. Just breathe and receive if you're still in the meditation space, and I'll just hang on here for a little bit longer. And I also work with people one-on-one, of course, as an intuitive coach. Yeah. So, yeah, we could definitely just DM me. If you just go to my website, sharaogin.com, there's all sorts of ways to get in touch with me. And yes, I do have Facebook. Let me see. Okay. Okay, love bugs. Will you take this information forth? And please do share how it goes. Signing over and out. Yeah, somebody just asked me about my Facebook group, and it's Shara Ogin, and then backslash U, like the letter U dot R, just the letter R dot intuitive. So my name and then U dot R dot intuitive. Okay, and great. Yes. So, all right. Bye. Evan, I see that you have a question, and I think we're going to have to take that offline, okay? I'll talk to you later. And also, if you're a part of my mailing group, then I have free things, I have group things, and I put out all the time. And if you're a member of my mailing group, you'll know about what's going on. Okay, bye.